So I told you guys I would show you as soon as we got the bumpers and stuff off the rear of the car, and what it's gonna look like. And this is the rear right now. Let's see if I can get a zoomed out view of it. There you go. Got all the new bars in. Got the rear bar, got the bash bars, the replaceable ones. Got some taillight brackets. Got a spot for the hood pins. Oh, strut tower bar. And then got these super cool replaceable, crushable bash bars here. It's the main rear bar. Also pretty cool jack point. Tommy's been working pretty hard on this. You guys got any questions about it? Comment. We can discuss. And he's even already got some mounts here for the quick turn fasteners, or the quick fasteners, quarter turn fasteners, Zeus fasteners, whatever you guys want to call them. And the traditional Enjuku PVC. This right here is just PVC. So if this buckles, you know, just replace a piece of PVC pipe, and it kind of holds it, gives it its structure, and is really cheap to replace and fast. If you guys need to see any more of this stuff, just let me know and I can show specifics, or pretty good shot of it all here. Actually, this is all removable too. You can see down in these holes here. All right, so look right there. There's a bolt, and down in there, it's gonna be another bolt, and it bolts off, and this whole structure right here will just come right off. Pretty cool. And I'm on to the next step. But for right now, we'll just ponder this and look how far it's come. Go back and watch second episode. And I even had one where I stopped and had a look at Kevin's car and just had a look at this car and thought, it's gonna come together, and it's coming together really nice. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the engine bay. Everything in the rear here is complete, and it just makes you feel a little bit better. Not so stressed out, but still stressed out. I think I'm on to dry sump tank mounting right now, so that'll be something you guys can look into. Like, I've got to finish up the exhaust for the turbo. So now you guys have seen the rear of the car, and as I said, if you got any questions about it, just let me know. And we're wrapping it up for the end of the day. Most of that's all done in the rear. We still got to finish the rest of the mounting of the tabs. And since now I've placed the turbo and I've done the downpipe and the wide pipe, the next thing is to move on to the downpipe, the actual downpipe of the exhaust. And it's going to be a 4-inch pipe coming out the exit of the turbine, and it's going to be running under the car, but it's in the same location where around the dry sump pump is. And we want to go ahead and try to mount the oil sump tank close, and actually by the firewall. Passenger floorboard is actually where we want it to be, and on all the previous cars we've had it in the back, and if we had it in the back we have to run really long lines to the back, and then we have to build some kind of like firewall essentially, or some kind of a cover for it so that all the lines are not exposed. And it takes a lot of time, and it's a lot of line. It's very expensive also, so we're trying to not do that on this one and go ahead and put it inside, very close to the actual pump itself, and that's what I'm going to be working on right now. I want to make sure that I don't build a downpipe and that downpipe be right in front of where all the lines need to go, and we're toasting lines, burning lines, or even worse, I can't actually get it to physically work. So I won't want to have to remake a downpipe for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I can run all the lines first, and it's just easier for me to go ahead and make sure that the downpipe will clear all the lines. And it's gonna be a tight fit, but I think we can do it, and I'll show you guys the whole process and why I do it and why I place certain things in certain areas, and the available lines, the available fittings that I have access to, so I don't have to do too many custom things, just run certain degree AN lines across the whole thing, so it can conform to the tight spaces. But sometimes you got 120 degree, 150 degree, and 90 degree, but you need 116, and you don't really have it, so you got to work with a 120, but over a long space it changes the direction. We'll get to that when we'll get to that, and I'll explain it better when I'm gonna go and start assembling the lines. First mount the tank, assemble the lines, and then show you guys where the downpipe's gonna route according to it. But progress is being made. Don't feel so stressed out. As I mentioned earlier, I got a little bit of smile on my face, so it feels like something was accomplished, which is great. And go home and get a good night's sleep and start back on it again tomorrow.
What you doing, Ant?
Cutting off brackets that not really needed. Gonna put the dry sump tank down here in this corner. And a lot of these kind of getting away. They no longer hold like the glove box, or they no longer hold any of the airbag or any of the accessories that were in here. So gonna go ahead and pretty much trim like 50% of this stuff off. I was actually marking everything that needed to get cut off, and Tommy had a good idea to just only mark the ones that are gonna stay, because there's that very few of them. So no rodeo mount.
No more rodeo.
Yeah.
No AC.
No, unfortunately, no AC, no radio. I don't think we're even gonna mount the switch panel up here. Actually, Tommy wants to mount the switch panel separate from the dash, so that if we had to take the dash off to get to anything underneath there, you don't have to like disconnect everything from the switch panel to do it too. So
yeah,
gonna have it probably fixed to somewhere around the trans tunnel, like pretty much like something like this, but fixed down, not up. And hopefully, if I get this tank mounted at least by today, I can run a couple like mock-up lines out of the side here. Probably gonna have to tuck somewhere around the trans tunnel, and then I can go ahead and secure those locations so I can finish on the downpipe. It's crazy because you want to finish the one task of doing all the exhaust components, but I can't because I don't know where these lines are going to run. So you have to jump around to get another thing done, and then move back on, and then I can't do the intercooler piping unless Tommy's going to do the tube in the front. But then you really want to do the tube in the front unless you do the intercooler piping. It's kind of leapfrogging around, and it's all in the hopes that you don't go, I forgot that this is going to go here. But
yeah, you got to think ahead of just planning where you want things.
Yeah, and it sucks because no matter how much you try, there's always going to be that one little thing that you're just never, and nobody else will ever notice it, by the way. Like, once the car is done, you're at an event, and someone's asking you questions about the car, and you see it there. That one thing that you're like, I forgot about that, and that's why that one pipe isn't going in the direction that's only inside your own brain, really. And nobody else is even going to notice. It looks totally fine because you deal with it when it shows up. And
it's just that one thing that'll just irk you, and you're like, I should have done that differently.
Yeah, I hate this car. Like, this thing's junk. Maybe next time. But then the next time you do something and you think about that one point specifically, and then you may even forget something from like the very, very first build that you liked, and you can only have so much in your brain at one time. And but every car is one of those things. Like, I wish I had done that a little bit differently. I'm trying to avoid it, but I'll definitely point it out to you guys when it happens. And you can come up to an event or come to FD to the pits and come see me and be like, hey man, why is that pipe there? And I'm like, thanks,
you screwed up.
Thanks, bro. But we'll see. Hopefully we don't do it, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Working on there, Tommy.
Making some plates to tie in this back bar to the chassis.
Oh, that's cool.
Make a cardboard template. Second picture of it with something to scale, and then import it into the drawing program and just draw lines over the picture.
Cool. And that's just to cap this off and tie it in to make sure that it's all braced in. Awesome. Come back and check on that, but we have a special surprise today.
Special guest, you said.
We have a special guest here. Some of you have been wondering. Came in to actually visit in town, and I put him to work. And he's actually willing to help, but go check out who it is. Guess who's back? Back again. It is Bob, ladies and gentlemen. Bob, how you doing? We missed you.
Doing?
How long are you here for?
A day.
1 day. And you're out. I see you working on something. I put you to work on something.
Yeah, I heard you weren't very good with geometry, so.
What? I didn't do too bad. No, but Bub is here. He's in town for a wedding. As you guys know, Bub had to move to Texas a couple months ago. He's enjoying it there, right?
That's beautiful.
But he's missing here.
Yes.
He's missing us. We're missing him.
Missing home.
But he's helping me put the wastegates on. He's got a whole free day while he's in town, so he's graciously said that he's gonna put the Bub touch on the car. So
Wouldn't be the same without it, right?
Right. Well, I appreciate the help, and let's see what they turn out like. Anything specific about? I mean, you've done this multiple times before. You've got the perfect wastegate placement.
Up front center.
Think you can get both of them done before the end of the day?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Cool. That actually takes a checklist thing off of my list of things to do. Well, we'll follow up on this, Bub. So, guys, yeah, it's Bub. You guys have been asking where he's been. He had to move to Texas, and he's been in and out of town because he still has family here, but he's slowly making the transition to a Texan. No cowboy boots yet?
No cowboy.
Yeah, actually, he's in
It'll
Austin.
be a long damn time before I'm at, I don't know, maybe my deathbed?
You got a truck yet?
No.
No. But that is a goal. A truck is a goal.
Yes, I need a truck. I've needed a truck.
So you've been working with Josh Robinson while you've been over there.
Yes.
And how's that been?
Josh is my new guy. Busy.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of small projects going, so.
But you're still going to be informed that Jeff, you're going to be going to Pro 2 with him?
Yep, we'll be doing Pro 2. I'll be running his crew, making decisions, making sure he does good this year.
Since I'm taking the camera at all the rounds, you guys will be seeing Bub, because I'm pretty sure we'll be hanging out the whole time we're there. Awesome. Bub's finished these up. It looks like he's going to roll these on here. Got locators, aka the frame rail.
Bluetooth connection.
Appreciate you doing that, Bub.
Sure, no problem. Take vacation and come here to work.
Brandon, you done for the day?
Done inside. Might try to tinker on this thing a little bit this afternoon.
I haven't figured out where we're gonna put the actual wastegate dumps yet.
No, none of that crap.
No, out of the hood. No! Out of the hood, into the rain.
Boring.
You gonna flare up to 6-inch on that one?
Yeah, gotta go bigger. Kevin's is 4.
Yeah.
Go 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last 2 cars have had them out the hood. Just straight. Yeah. It helps spill the turbo, man. It's the running in there.
Research. That's California smog right there. Run it back into the turbo.
Andrew!
Unbelievable.
Hey, did you know anthrax is a naturally occurring disease?
We got getting a stricter this year.
Learned that last night. Random fact of the day.
That's what Andrew does, by the way. Just randomly gives us information that we will use in our lifestyle.
It's true. Mostly about food.
I didn't know that. No.
Basically.
Anthrax is a naturally occurring disease.
Really?
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about anthrax. The reason? Because I look
It's
like
also
this.
a rock band.
People like me don't talk about anthrax. Let's see if I can get Bub to smile. Let's see if I can get Bub to smile. Yay, he's smiling! Wastegates, man.
Protected.
Gonna get him cut off.
Protected that way.
Yeah, we just rotated the compressor housing down to there. Try to have it exit from the bottom into the intercooler. Gave us room. Pretty much put the wastegates where we wanted to. Hopefully it works.
Can you fit the ball valve?
We're gonna have to move the ball fob. Which you're not opposed to.
Well, I mean, once that bar's there, you can.
Lock it down a little.
It should clear. You can get it clear. Or you can use the other pulley system.
I'm not changing
The
all.
CTS style.
Yeah.
Change everything. Come on.
Oh,
We've gotten this
all
far. You
new
might as well change it all now.
pumps and alternators and
CTSV?
yeah, just to gain that extra clearance now. Maybe next year. Maybe if this thing goes Pro 1. For right now, I'll be happy with the way it sits right here. Gates. Yeah, thanks for Bub. Bub also worked a little bit on Kevin's car. Go check out what he did. Kevin, you put Bub to work too?
No.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. I was going to work on my car too.
Yeah, Bub, can you work on the G? And can you also help Eric finish with his right-hand drive
Shit.
wiring? Actually, Eric,
That's a legal binding contract, so I was trying to get it.
Yeah.
I know a guy who used to do a bunch of like right-hand drive stuff with the flip chassis harness.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this guy here.
The what?
Eric flipped his left-hand drive chassis harness, and he's like pinning it for some stuff. And maybe you know what some of those wires are.
Oh, yeah, there's some.
I have diagrams.
Yeah, I was trying to find one, but it's a little different. Got most of it.
Kevin, let's. Kevin is walking around in circles.
But there's a fly.
Let's go look at. Let's go see what Kevin did. Or Bub did for Kevin. Welded in some bones. Kevin's got these little extra braces on his intake manifold for a little bit of high boost levels, just in case he plans on running a lot of boost, and probably like 40 pound plus with all the nitrous, just in case anything happens there. It helps protect the intake manifold. Yeah, but did some welding for him. I mean, I know they're threaded, but so essentially with them being threaded and needing them to be 45 degrees, it didn't really tighten up exactly where they needed to be, especially because there's AN fittings that need to go down inside there. So very tight room, so just welded them in place essentially to make sure that they stay where we need them to. So Bub welded those in for him. Pretty cool, but he's probably gonna get out of here soon. Can't utilize him all day. We do miss him. Got the wheels in for the 350. What do you think? And these are the tandem wheels, right, Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah. No. 9.5.
Tried to keep it as
And this comes in a gunmetal.
Bronze. And I think that's it for these.
Yeah.
Yeah, gunmetal and bronze.
And what sizes? This is the 9.5 plus 22.
Yeah, they do a 9 plus 35, a 10.5, 12, and a 10.5, 22, I think.
I don't think we got any 10.5.
Nah.
These wheels are pretty aggressive. Really nice finish. Very unique styling on this one. You won't find another wheel that kind of looks like this, other than maybe a certain GTR OEM wheel from a certain R34. Once I get them on the car, I'll show you guys. Got a bunch of them here. Plan on running a lot of wheels, burning up a lot of tires.